So, Rings of Power has dropped a trailer for Season 2. And it looks like Rings of Power Season 2. Firstly, what is that music? What is it with French horn farts and postmodernist reimaginings of previously awesome franchises? And of course, we must get into the claims that this season will be more lore accurate. Well, that's a bit of a boo-boo, because last season already took the lore and brutalized it like Alerts with Boromir. To sum it up for the part of the planet that doesn't cover current year Hollywood, Season 1 took characters separated by centuries and thousands of miles and age-old feuds and shoved them together. You know the dog scene in The Thing? Yeah, so basically that, but with lore. This season shows Sauron, I guess, shapeshifting, and really Amazon. Spaghetti monster slash Venom ripoff was the best that you could do. We see Galadriel, warrior princess, with Efreet Elrond, and a bunch of characters we don't care about, facing off against what a lot of people are calling Borrowites, but there are other types of spectral undead in Middle-earth, and while I'm probably overthinking it, this could be some of those. We then see hands surrounded by moths, which then fly into a nondescript fantasy building, while Durin continues to remind the audience that Sauron is in the show. We then see Roots crawling across the forest floor towards Celebrimbor. I know it's him because of the old lady's curtains he's always wearing. We then see nondescript orcs walking leisurely through a nondescript fantasy forest at night, and Celebrimbor looking like Joe Biden at any of his recent speeches, while what are supposed to be scary voices wail like Yoko Ono in the background, and then Sauron shows up in one of those nightgowns that all the elves wear in this show, only he's got a shave and a wicked wig. We see our favorite girl boss, and then the trailer cuts to a sea monster. Now, I'm going to roll out my lore beard and drop it on the table, because sea monsters are not really a thing, as Ulmo, one of the Valar, the one in charge of taking care of the oceans, really doesn't like them. I mean, he really doesn't like them, so this makes no sense whatsoever, especially post-Fall of Angband. I will touch on the last bits of lore grape and wrap this up. So we get a shot of the three rings, and Durin holding one of the 7 given to the dwarves, while the elf of color does a twirl attack. And then we see our Pharazôn the Golden riding an eagle. Okay then. So yeah, no, just no. Pencils down. Eagles are the direct servants of Manwë, Lord of the Valar, who is still the High King of Arda at this point. Thus, they would not be helping a dude who is literally evil McSchemes a lot. We see Elrond leading a charge in low-budget armor, and Celebrimbor throwing rings into a fire for no reason whatsoever. And then we are treated to the proclamation that it was Sauron all along, guys! You know, that plot point anyone with an IQ above room temperature figured out in the first episode of Season 1? Even Sauron's all over the place, and the trailer ends with the threat of Season 2 in August. This looks like more of what we got in Season 1. An unctuous, unwarranted franchise fucking of the highest order, and while it will most likely bomb like an Amy Schumer special, I, for one, intend to mock it incessantly for the foreseeable future and hold Amazon's feet to the fire for grossly violating one of the most important pieces of modern mythology ever created. But tell me what you think down below. This has been Pete, the Heretical Nerd, signing off.